All right, welcome back to the show. I've got Dan Smith with Vail Mountain Rescue in the studio right now. I saw Dan a lot over the weekend at the Eagle County Rummage Sale. Big Eagle Valley Rummage Sale, big event, a lot of people up there. At least you guys weren't running off. You could stay there and focus. You didn't have a lot of missions.
This was very unusual because almost every time we work the rummage sale, we get a mission. So we've already got designated who does it. I get pulled to run the mission, and I know what two people I'm going to get. We all have our gear in our car. The helicopter's on standby. We just know it, and it didn't happen this year.
Knock on wood,
Last
right?
5
Knock
or
on
6
wood.
years, it's happened. Every rummage sale, we get one.
But you have another rummage sale this coming weekend.
Oh
again,
yeah, but
so
hopefully
it's
never that one. It's the big one, the day when we need absolutely everybody, and then we need absolutely everybody, and it gets really interesting. And we had only 2 this week.
2 missions for the entire week.
Whole week.
Okay.
Lost Jeeper, who actually there's a lot of confusion. Were they hiking Holy Cross or were they driving Jeeps in Camp Hale? We had difficulty getting that information out of the person that reported it. There was a certain amount of confusion going on, and it turned out they were just exploring around Camp Hale, and they popped out. They didn't pop out till 9 o'clock at night, which is always fun.
Were they lost out there?
Well, I got the feeling they were lost. They didn't admit it, but they kind of indicated from the behavior they were lost. You can get lost in some of those roads. You get on the logging roads behind Fowler Hilliard, you're lost, and then you're stuck because it just turns to mud at the bottom.
And then once it gets dark out there, and it's getting darker earlier too, it changes the whole equation.
This is not like dark in downtown anywhere USA. This is dark, dark. And if the moon's behind a cloud, it's really dark, dark. And so there's some people that just, well, why is it so dark? Well, because you're in the wilderness. There's a difference. Did some quick stats because you were playing with stats with the Olympics.
No, yeah, this is interesting. Tell us about that.
In addition to our normal, typical lost hiker on Buck Creek or lost jeeper, we had some interesting patterns this summer. We had 13 water missions, of which 7 were abandoned boats. And we'd really like people who abandon their boat to call in so we don't go chasing it. We have to chase it because otherwise every rescue team downstream is going to be getting the 911 calls. It's just not nice. Motor vehicle accidents in the backcountry. We generally work these with fire, sometimes with law enforcement. Had 9 of them this summer.
Wow.
People basically wrecking their vehicles on logging roads, which is kind of interesting.
Just cruising,
thinking just cruising, and the cruise turns out bad.
Yeah.
And then we did 5 already on Holy Cross, and we've probably got another 5 in the system. Generally Holy Cross 10 for a summer is about right. And the usual Cross Creek, people go down there, and it's very hard to get lost on Cross Creek. Got water on one side, cliff on the other, but it's manageable.
Right.
Apparently there are people who can manage to get lost on Cross Creek. And again, it's people that don't have situational awareness and don't think, I'm not home anymore.
Right.
I'm in a different place. And what do I have to do in this place versus what do I have to do at home? If I'm going to walk the dog at home around the block, I grab a jacket and go out and walk the dog. If I'm going to walk the dog here a mile up a trail, that's a different world. You get up there and you twist an ankle, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, nobody's going to find you.
Yeah.
You have to have the ability to let someone know you're hurt, and that's what's missing from people that come up here as guests. They don't recognize this is a very different world. And a few of them, but if you look at it, of the thousands of people who summit Holy Cross, we've had 5 missions all summer.
There you go. Good job.
So not many,
All successful too, Dan. Thanks for all you guys
so
do.
far.
Much appreciated. Dan Smith with Vail Mountain Rescue. Megan's got a look at your weather for the day coming up next.